Today I'm talking about Marie Prevost, who died on the 21st of January 1937 at the age of 40. Marie Prevost was a Canadian-born American actress. She was born as Mary Bickford Dunn on the 8th of November 1896 in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Some reports say she was born in 1898, but her birth record states it as 1896. She was an actress who achieved remarkable fame during the silent film era. During her 20-year career, she made 121 silent and sound movies. Her mother was Huina Marion Dunn. Her maiden name was Bickford. Her father was Arthur Dunn, who was known as Teddy. He worked as a railway conductor. He was killed when Marie was an infant, when gas leaked into the St. Clair Tunnel. A train had broken in half, and he and his work colleagues were trying to retrieve the detached portion of the train when they were overcome by carbon monoxide. He died along with engineer Henry J. Courtney and brakeman John Dalton. Apparently lots of people attended her father's funeral. Members of the Ancient Order of Foresters attended. Her father was a member of the society. Huina married second husband Frank Prevost. Huina and Frank had a daughter together in 1900 who was named Marjorie. She was known as Peggy. The family moved to various places, then settled in California. Huina and Frank got divorced. A curious event happened. When Frank died in 1933, he left Marie $1. They must have had a difficult relationship. Marie was discovered by Max Sennett, the owner of the Keystone Film Company. She was working as a secretary for a law firm which represented the film company, and Marie visited the studios one day on a business-related matter and was asked to act in a bit part for the film His Father's Footsteps. Max saw her performance and was impressed and called her to his office. In an interview with Motion Picture World magazine, Marie said, "I asked for Mr. Sennett and was ushered in right away. He looked very stern as I walked into his office. I was ready to cry. Suddenly he smiled. 'I want your signature today. Sign right here.' I suddenly realized the paper he pushed in front of me was a contract. I was to be one of his Senate bathing beauties, and best of all, I was to be paid $15 a week. I signed without reading a word. $15 was a lot of money." She started her career as one of Max Sennett's bathing beauties in 1915. She appeared in short comedies that highlighted her comedic timing and engaging presence. Marie secretly married socialite Henry Charles Gerke, who was known as Sonny, in 1918. Mack gave Marie her first leading role in Yankee Doodle in Berlin, which turned out to be a hit. She had another hit with the movie Love, Honor and Behave in 1920 with actor George O'Hara. Here is Marie, Charles Murray and George in the movie. In 1921, she left Keystone and signed a $1,000 per week contract with Universal Studios. With the help of Universal producer Irving Thalberg, Marie became a star. Here is Irving with her. The 1920s marked a period of extraordinary success for Marie. She became a leading lady in numerous silent films, earning widespread acclaim for her performances. When her Universal contract expired, Jack Warner signed her to a 2-year contract with Warner Brothers, which was $1,500 a week in 1922. Marie had a new love interest, actor Kenneth Harlan. Kenneth was also under contract with Warner Brothers. Jack decided to cast both Marie and Kenneth in the leading roles of a movie adaptation of F. Scott Fitzgerald's book, The Beautiful and Damned. Kenneth is in the middle of the picture, and Marie is on the right. Jack thought up a publicity stunt to promote the movie. He announced that Marie and Kenneth would marry on the film's set. This news had the desired effect and movie fans were thrilled. But then the Los Angeles Mirror found out that Marie was still married to Sonny. Jack wasn't pleased at the resulting bad publicity. However, The Beautiful and Damned movie received good reviews and was a success. Director Ernst Lubitsch liked her and he cast her in 3 comedy films: The Marriage Circle in 1924, Three Women in 1924, and Kiss Me Again in 1925. The movies showcased her versatility as an actress, capable of delivering both comedic and dramatic performances with equal flair. Marie's collaboration with the renowned director Ernst Lubitsch was particularly significant in her career. Ernst's sophisticated, nuanced style of filmmaking provided Marie with opportunities to display her acting prowess. Their work together in The Marriage Circle is often cited as a highlight of her career, demonstrating her ability to navigate complex characters and narratives. Here she is with Adolphe Mendieu in the movie. Her decline started with Warner Brothers not renewing her contract or Kenneth's contract in 1926. I wonder if this was revenge for the bad publicity and humiliation Jack Warner had endured because he hadn't known of her secret marriage. Marie and Kenneth had married in 1924 after her divorce from Sonny was finalised. Then more heartbreak happened when Marie's mother, Huina, died in a car crash on the 5th of February 1926. Huina was travelling in a car with film studio owner Al Christie and actress Vera Stedman and a chauffeur. Here is Vera. The accident happened in Lordsburg, New Mexico. They were travelling to Palm Beach, Florida. Huina was going there to see her other daughter, Peggy, who was dancing in the Palm Beach Follies. While Al was driving, the back wheel snapped off. The heavy car was travelling at 30 miles per hour. It overturned, leaving the occupants pinned underneath. Huina suffered a broken spine and a fractured skull and died at the scene. The others were rescued by people in a passing vehicle. The chauffeur was unharmed and Al and Vera suffered injuries but survived. Marie made the 1926 film Up in Mabel's Room for the Christie Film Company. The leading male star was Harrison Ford, but not the Harrison Ford who was in the Indiana Jones movies. There was a silent film star with that name too, and here he is. Marie turned to alcohol. The loss of her mother was devastating. Marie and Kenneth separated and eventually divorced in 1929. An interesting fact about Kenneth is that he married 9 times. Marie was his 3rd wife. He looks quite dishy though, doesn't he? So I'm not surprised. Film producer Howard Hughes cast her in the 1928 movie The Racket. This was Marie's last leading role. Marie had a problem with her weight and she slipped into supporting roles. She was in Cecil B. DeMille's last silent movie, The Godless Girl, in 1929. She was in the film Paid in 1930 with Joan Crawford. She was one of the 3 women in the movie Three Wise Girls in 1932. The other 2 female actresses in the film were Jean Harlow and Mae Clarke. Her role in this movie proves she had a fine voice, as it is a talkie. Her voice was pleasant and so it wasn't a factor in her not getting film roles. Work dried up and she was struggling financially. Her final film appearance was as a waitress in the movie 10 Laps to Go in 1936. Marie's life came to a tragic end on the 21st of January 1937. According to the Los Angeles Times, she was found in her apartment at 6230 Afton Place in Hollywood. She was found clothed and lying face down on a bed. She had been dead for 2 days. She was 40 years old. Her cause of death was alcoholism and malnutrition. She was probably trying to lose weight in order to secure film roles. Neighbours had heard Marie's pet dachshund Maxie barking incessantly. Mrs. Henrietta Jenks, who was the manager of Marie's apartment, sent a houseboy, William Bogle, to find out what was happening. He was able to open the door with a pass key. There is a story that Maxie had eaten Marie's body, but that isn't true. There is a distasteful song by Nick Lowe entitled Marie Prevost, so Provost instead of Prevost. He either misspelt her name or deliberately spelt it differently. It has the lines, "She was a winner that became the doggy's dinner." There were marks on her body where the dog had tried to wake her up. Apparently there was a note on her apartment door that read, "Please do not knock on the door more than once. It makes my dog bark. If I am in, I will hear you, as I am not deaf." Jane Crawford had kept in touch with her and had lent her money. Marie's funeral was paid for by Joan as well. Stars such as Clark Gable, Douglas Fairbanks Jr. and Barbara Stanwyck attended her funeral, along with Max Sennett, who had discovered her. Her estate was only worth $300. Marie was cremated. Actress Marie Pickford thought up the idea of creating a fund to help people in the movie business who were struggling financially. So the Motion Picture Relief Fund was formed in 1921. There were a number of deaths of stars in the 1930s who had died destitute, such as Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle, John Bowers, Lou Telligin and Marie. This resulted in the movie industry people creating the Motion Picture Country House and Hospital in the 1940s to look after movie industry employees. Later it would become the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital. According to the book Dangerous Curves Atop Hollywood Heels, the lives, careers and misfortunes of 14 hard-luck girls off the silent screen by Michael G. Ankerich, Marie's sister mixed her ashes with her mother's ashes. Well, that was very sad, wasn't it? It's a shame that she didn't get any help. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!